Gerrymandering Week. Gerrymandering, anti-gerrymandering, gerrymandering, anti-gerrymandering, gerrymandering, anti-gerrymandering.
Apa tu anti-gerrymandering?
Gerrymandering, you see. Gerrymandering, anti-gerrymandering, gerrymandering, gerrymandering, anti-gerrymandering.
Oh, anti-gerrymandering.
Anti-gerrymandering lah.
Hi, for more information on Anti-Gerrymandering Week, please click www.sekolaaktivisme.org.
Voice of sharing. Durian ASEAN.
Hello, welcome back to the ASEAN Breakfast Call. We are currently moving on to the session with civil society, and again today we have Sekolah Activism with us here, talking about their Anti-Gerrymandering Week.
Yeah, we just heard the video. It's actually a spoof from the effing show. If you guys tune into it, it's with Ezra being the host all the time. So we didn't have Ezra, we had somebody else instead. One of the members, he was acting out. It's actually a video on YouTube. So he's trying to act as Ezra having that fake Mat Saleh accent.
Yeah, it's cute. I really like the video. I saw it.
It's cute. A lot of people liked it, which is we are very thankful because we are trying to get this awareness out for on gerrymandering. It's so important because the redelineation of the constitution's boundaries will be happening this year. So we hope that more youth will be participating in this week and getting the awareness out to them, reaching out to them.
But why should the youth bother?
Yeah.
What's important?
Like we are so busy with our iPhones and Xbox and all that. Like, why should we bother about this?
I think if you notice after the 13th general elections, you see youths who previously don't care about politics or democracy suddenly show a very strong interest in politics. If you look at the Kelana Jaya, the Black 05 rally after the election results, some of those youths that attend are not even voters. But why did they attend? Probably because they feel that they were cheated, their parents were cheated with the election results. And one of the problems is this, what we call gerrymandering, the process of delineation of electoral constituencies to benefit a certain political party, resulting in something what we call the malapportionment, the unequal number of voters among electoral constituencies, destroying the concept of one man, one vote, one value.
Wow.
Which is also very close to our tagline, one run. So, satu rakyat, satu undi, satu nilai. Yeah, that's our campaign for Sekolah.
I see. So, how was the, you run all these trainings throughout, like, since when?
August of 2013?
Yes, if not mistaken, was August 2013. Alright. Back then, I first got involved was, one of my tutors in University Malaya. He actually recruited me to join this, Sekolah Activism, even so before it already started. And I remember August, there was a batch around 20 students. Some of them are students, some of them are actually working professionals. Alright, it provides a platform for youths to participate in activism, and where we have coaching sessions as well to deal with the emotional or part of activism, because as activists you go through a lot of stages of challenges and how you deal with it, particularly emotional challenges, burnout, you're getting tired and demotivated, how to get yourself back on track. And we also learn the theory part. How do we do effective activism? Yeah.
So maybe you can mention some of the theories.
Okay, in Sekolah Activism is one of a project by Undi Malaysia, and Undi Malaysia, they have a lot of modules. Idola Democracy is one of them. It's like a game shop which drills you on basic rights and what you can do to change society. There is this, we often trained, exposed to this, what we call the 4 roles of activism. A citizen, a social change agent, a rebel, or a reformer. Each has their own significant role to play. For a citizen, of course, it's very important to exercise your vote, your voice in election every 5 years. This is what going to make change happen. A social change is a person which engages with NGO, fight for certain particular issues, like what we are doing right now. We're targeting gerrymandering. And reformer is those who work with institutions such as political parties, government agencies to reform in terms of legislation and also the political aspect. And the last is the rebel. It's like those people who go down to the street. These are what we call the ones that initiate the movement and create the biggest awareness.
So is scholar activism the rebel?
No, we do all four. We try to, create this awareness that you can be any part of it. In fact, that, because it's scholar activism, we're trying to empower the youth. So you can be part of any of the activists you choose to be and, channel what your personality works best as an activist.
Yeah. So how is it interesting, for the youth to, let's say, participate in this?
I think it's because you see many people or peers coming from the same age as you with the same interests. Of course, some would probably just enter and they don't know what's happening. But after a while, after bonding with each other, you find that it's not just about activism campaign, but it's also about meeting new people and doing new different things together.
So I guess, you are creating a new culture here within the younger generation, what I can see here.
A lot of people, they want to exercise their rights to speak, their rights to express, and be very politically aware. So like the video itself, it was something fun and young people could relate to it. The effing show, it's very, a lot of youth tune into it. So when we did the video, we could see that it's relatable for young people. I know a lot of youth, they'll be like, they have their own things to do. There's so many distractions. So the video itself could see that, we could be interested in it. It could be fun as well.
Right. So I'm just wondering, what about, the Gerrymandering week? What is it that's upcoming? And tell us a little more about it.
We just did the launch on Saturday. So we had, it was actually a press launch. So we had, different press, agencies there. We had also guest speakers. We had, YB Dato Ong Kian Ming there, an MP from Serdang. We also had Dato Saifuddin from UMNO. So it was very non-partisan there. They both, gave a talk on, gerrymandering and how is it important that not only the youth, but everybody should be aware of and exercise their right. It's exercise their electoral rights. Right now, it's something that we can achieve and we should achieve because it's going to affect us for the next around 2 election cycles.
I see. I was just wondering about the gerrymandering. So the outcome out of this scholar activism, what is the strategy in terms of trying to change? Through the scholar activism, how are you going to change the how do you pronounce it? It's so hard to pronounce.
The thing is, we're trying to create awareness of it, right? So, once people are aware that gerrymandering is happening, so once you feel about it, you know that you should do something about it. Because gerrymandering is something that you feel that your vote is being diluted. It has less value compared to maybe another state. So if a constitution once the new lines are drawn and you feel that your vote is devalued, you feel that there is gerrymandering happening, you can actually go up, you can get 100 signatures from your constitution. And
100? It's just only for 100 you
each
can
constituency.
change?
Once the recommendations are published by or gazetted by the election commission, they're put up in either minimum 2 newspapers, right, so that the public knows about it. If you're not happy with this recommendation, 100 signatures is from the citizens. You are allowed to petition to say, oh no, we don't agree to this. Alright. And besides that, there are also other people who can protest it besides the the 100 people, which is the state government or the local authorities regarding the delineation.
So in Scholar, we're trying to create this awareness that it is very important to address this issue. And this launch, we're hoping that the articles that we publish, we have a lot of media agencies who has published for us on our launch, the ASEAN Times, Malaysian Insider, and they were actually part of the launch. We had a gerrymandering game shop, we had the video show, and we could see that even this video, somebody from the Riot Times, when they came in, he was the first to be there. So he sat down, and then when this video started playing, he was like, okay. And then after a while, he started smiling when he saw the video. He got interested in it. So it was, we really tried to make it seem as though it is fun and yet, important at the same time to address.
It does seem fun to us.
It is. We had a lot of laughter, and that day itself during the game shop, we could see, we have this game called, the Gerrymandering game. So it's created by one of our members, Yuli Ho. And, basically it's to teach, to create awareness of gerrymandering to a mass public. It was first launched in the Pusat Riot itself among a group of youths trying to get new people to come in. And then we also did it in Urbanscapes. In Urbanscapes, they had a really good reception there. So many people actually, participated. So it was like a game, 20 people could be involved in it. They were all voters. Mm-hmm. And then, they could see that how if their constituency were not gerrymandered, you could see that their vote is, valued. So if it was gerrymandered, you can see how another party could win, even though it's drawn in a way that another party would win. So I would encourage y'all to try out the game. And we also did it in UM.
Yeah.
Were you there in the US?
Yes. One of the organizers.
Yeah. So you were conducting the game show there.
It was a special lecture, a constitutional law lecture, and the special lecture was delivered by YB Dr. Ong Kian Ming, Member of Parliament of Sedang. And after the lectures, we had the game to show to the students how gerrymandering occurs, like the simulation of it, and how the concept of one man, one vote, one value is destroyed.
Are you guys going on a road show after this? How would people join you guys?
Actually, you can just join Sekolah at any time. Just come in and join in for the coaching sessions because we have it every week. How to be an activist and all
Where
that.
is it?
Usually it's at the Pusat Raya. We recently moved. So from Bangsa, it's now at near somewhere along the Kerinci LRT.
Pantai Business Park.
Pantai Business Park. Yeah, it's still along Bangsa, right?
Yeah,
It's still along Bangsa. Sorry.
But what about like students, who are not living close by to Pusat Rakyat there? Probably students from UPM, for example, they want to host it themselves. How is that possible?
Like for the UM, we were invited to conduct the game shop there. So we are in discussion if, we should make it, should have like something that, like, how to do kind of thing online. So it'd be easy for them to do it. Anybody could just conduct it. But so far right now, it's best if we conduct it as ourselves because it's a little bit difficult to understand to conduct it on yourself. So we did a few practice runs with it, and even then we still face some issues with it. But it is very easy to conduct, but it's just that sometimes we miss out, some things like maybe, materials, or when we are doing the game itself, we forget, one part. But it's fun and it's funny at the same time. We're very lucky during that, the game, during the launch, Datu Saifuddin and, YB Ong Kian Ming, they were very, very, participative. They tried to talk to the crowd, make jokes and stuff like that. You could see that everybody was laughing and having fun at the same time.
So I think that what is really, really impressive about this is that you guys, it's almost independently youth run. Like everything was thought out by you guys and then planned out. Even you mentioned, the game shop was created by one of the youth in Sekolah Activism.
Yeah. She had came out together with a few people to think about it really, and it was actually from different gerrymandering games online, and she created in a way that would work best for our scholar. So it wasn't just, I mean, like, they did a lot of research together, and then we did it, we thought about it together, and it was fun in a way. It's a learning process to be an activist. You not only learn to be, you don't just learn things that what you usually learn in school. You learn a lot of different set skills as well.
Something outside the textbook.
Exactly, yeah. This scholar activism is something extracurricular.
I would say that, looking at the smiles that you guys have right now, it's something that definitely makes a lot of people very happy, like, doing as well.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of students from private and public university would want to join this. Yeah.
We hope so. And be aware of your rights in gerrymandering. The next project we're having is to actually go down to Puchong. It's one of our projects, because we will talk more about it next time, but basically it's how that it may be because of the redelineation of the lines during the 2003 that the voters there, they used to be part of this constituency, but they're no longer there during the 13th election cycle.
I see.
So we're hoping that we go down there and actually understand how do they feel and how they could advocate for their own rights there, the people of Puchong.
So why Puchong in the first place?
We did a lot of research and could see, two of our members actually did a lot of research, Sheila and Danny. They took out the maps from the 1998 redelineation and 2003. They compared it, how new seats will emerge and what was the result of that, the election results from that, and how the voters were moved around.
Wow.
So, yeah, we shall, but first we're going to go down to Puchong itself and hopefully to get opinions from them, and hopefully can air it out here and see how it goes. Yeah. It's one of our new projects.
The delineation process, where after you look at the statistics, after the delineation is being conducted, the ruling coalition will win big. And probably because in every country that practices gerrymandering, the ruling coalition will always do this gerrymandering to protect their own status quo and increase seats. And this is very it defeats the whole purpose of fair play in politics. And in a proper democratic countries, this shouldn't happen. So we need to do something about it.
So is it true that first what people could do to join you guys is to come to the Sekolah, which is held every Saturday? Yeah.
Our meetings usually on Sunday. But we sometimes have coaching sessions on Fridays. But this is not fixed. So
just check out your Facebook.
Yeah, just join our Facebook page, get to know us.
We have a WhatsApp group for all of our members, so any updates, they just refer to it.
Hisham from last week, he actually got to know us through Twitter. So he was checking out what we were sitting down. I think we were having a meeting or a coaching session where a lot of you us, where we were young, and just sitting down and trying to understand what is it like to be activists. And that's how Hisham joined us, and ever since then, he's been very participative, very supportive, and having fun along.
Right.
Yeah.
So no matter what race, what religion, what walks of life you are, whether you are youth, young professional, or even young at heart, you're all welcome to join Sekolah, right?
Definitely.
Right. And of course, I personally think that it's pretty cool to have kind of like a new hobby category, instead of, spending time, let's say,
loitering and like you do something different, something that you never thought of doing.
Yeah.
Feel a bit more passionate about, or at least get to learn and be more aware of, especially at this kind of times where a lot of people feel pressured to learn about the political atmosphere in Malaysia.
Yeah, and the culture itself is very much into it's very much fun and passionate and energetic. So.
You can see a lot of people, they put out their opinions, especially in Sekolah. You can see a lot of people, they actually voice out what they feel, and it's a safe space. It's okay to have different opinions. We discuss it very civilly. So, yeah.
What kind of positive impact or difference do you think it has made in your life? Or the way you think?
in terms of our adopted gerrymandering campaign, from nobody knows about gerrymandering until after the election results. A few articles came out. A friend of mine wrote on Lawyer Bureau. Then people started to be aware. Oh, what is gerrymandering? Why the popular votes earned by political parties in last general election does not reflect the number of seats they won. And you see that is of the theory part. We learn a lot. And when we talk about activism, you exposed to new types of creative activism. Like I never imagined the people from Scholar would be so creative, doing all the videos, and we even come up with a cake, right? When
Cake?
During that lunch, while we were having a meeting, we decided how we would supposedly officiate the lunch. It was supposedly a cut a ribbon thing. Then we had a cake during the meeting. So we also have this cake video of how to explain gerrymandering. So on that day itself, we had the cake. So everybody was given candles, different, the two colors, one is red and one is blue. So they just stick it wherever on the cake. And then, Dr. Saifuddin and maybe Dr. Okeming that time, they drew the lines on the cake, trying to see who can win to get the most voters on that time. It was really fun. You could see that, the syrup was all over the cake, and they're supposed to drive 5.
It's quite delicious too.
Yeah. Oh. They're supposed to drive 5 constituencies, but suddenly there were more than 5, so. But everybody was laughing and having fun seeing them doing officiating the lunch. Yeah,
And you have a cake to boot.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see how new ideas emerge from all this. Trying to think of even how to launch it, find a creative outlet to it, and something that was fun and
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally very much sort of amazed that you guys can popularize politics and activism, and I think this is important, especially in this age where young people have sort of like feel lethargic towards our country's politics.
Yeah, I think you get a new kind of perspective at what politics or activism could be, and maybe this is just a theory of mine. The reason why people feel lethargic or apathetic is that they don't know how much they could do. Like they don't. It's a kind of disempowerment. Rather than, if you look at politics, and also if you look at activism as something that it's an avenue where you can actually do something instead of being just
talking.
a victim or
Especially in Sekolah, you're with a bunch of people, young people that want to feel passionately about it. So you motivate each other. You won't feel demotivated by yourself. You will push each other to want to participate, want to have fun, to think of new ways, new ideas.
Yeah, leaving fun behind. When you say that is scholar activism is also a safe space for youth to voice out their opinions. So, what were the general opinions of the young people?
They're very supportive. Most of us, we feel very strongly about it, and we want people to be aware of it. So we all have friends that some of our friends, they're not interested, and some of them are interested, and they don't have that outlet. They don't know how to be involved. And Scholar actually does help to be involved. I
think you first, like just now I mentioned the 4 roles. You need to understand your roles, and then which role you play the best, and then you just follow the flow, do what you need to do.
Yeah. Oh, of course you don't have to be fixed to one, right?
No, we all interchange.
Yeah.
We saw some from the Rebel, came to the social change from the, because this launch itself is actually one of the social change agents, projects. And all of us help each other out. So it's not just, their job to do it, their role to do it, but you can see the rebels helping out, people, the reformers and others as well. It's, we get to adopt different personalities and try new things out.
Like talking about youth empowerment, I think the momentum started from 1998, the Reformasi time. That time youth already start to aware of what's going on in this country, and the momentum builds, particularly after 2008, the political tsunami. People see that politics in Malaysia become more vibrant, and more youth leaders. This is being elected. This is one plus point where where people no longer see, oh, politics is just for old people. There are young people being elected. And in the 2008 election, the youngest was Nick Nasmi, 24 years old. So there is a place for them in politics. And that momentum carried on to the 13th general election, and also what we are known as the Blackout 505 generation, right? Which compares to the Bersih generation and the Reformasi generation.
So I think that being amidst of all this inspiring network of this young generation who aspire for social change is something that you should definitely try out at least once in your life, right?
Yeah, be part of the Summative an NGO or a protest. Just feel that you are exercising your rights as a citizen to be part of a Malaysian. Yeah.
I should also say that in the early days of Undi Malaysia, I was also part of it, and definitely made a positive change in my life and inspired me much. Yeah, and also meeting a whole new network of youth who believes, and not only believes, really work for it.
So do you consider yourself a rebel then?
Well, you don't have to. I don't think labels are helpful, really. I think that it's only helpful in terms of strategizing and whatnot. But people should not be strictly, stick to like a certain kind of label.
Yeah, we all help each other out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it will also limit your potential and creativity. If you just limit your thinking to that wavelength only.
Yeah. It's just that it helps us identify and push forward to what we want to do with that roles.
Right.
Yeah.
So any last message to all the youths?
I think for those who have no political platform so far, Sekolah Activism is a nice place to start with. Alright, and if you are interested in politics and you feel that, oh, none of your close friends are interested in politics, you'll meet some of people who are like you here. So do come and join us.
Even if you're not interested in politics, you should try and find out your roles, but understand this issue, because it's going to affect you, especially next time when you're working, you have to pay tax and you have to vote in future for another 2 elections or even how many more. You should be aware that you need to not dilute your vote. It is important.
So will there be any cakes, during the trainings?
Well, we usually try to have cake all the time. We have cake all the time. In the first 2 meetings and the lunch we had cake, so probably gonna have it every week after this, right?
It'll be a good motivation for some.
All right, thank you very much, Sekolah Activism, for sharing with us today. We'll be hearing much from you again next week, so do stay tuned or join them while you hear them this few days, right?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.